produced and made by Black Bulls. And now, let's get started with the following presentation.
Risk taking so the money.
Listen, when I tell you these guys actually deserve the shine they're about to receive, I'm not kidding. Like, these guys deserve it. They deserve it to the fullest. They deserve it to the moon. They deserve it actually to the moon and back. Because what I'm gonna do for them is something that should have been happening years ago. But who are we talking about here? Who are we talking about here today? Who are we mentioning today? We are mentioning the RawDopeBoyz. RawDopeBoyz is basically a collective of people that basically rap. Well, they try to empower you with bigger messages and stuff like that. But, people don't really like to be empowered nowadays. So, today we got RawDopeBoyz, BlackRob. But there's already a BlackRob. Don't say it. We know. We get it. You get the idea. So I'm going to show you their YouTube channel because they got like 642 subscribers. I'm telling you. They're doing pretty good for themselves. But, with this, the views can get better and we can shout them out. So, before you get into this Heat podcast, grab your snacks. Get everything you need. This one's finna be a long one. A long one. And with that, let's get started. Welcome with another beautiful, fabulous, stunning edition of the Black Bulls Podcast. As always, you know my boys in my suit, aka the Black Bulls Podcast owner. With me today is my boy, Mo Blaze Trails.
Woo, I'm here, baby. I'm in the building.
Hey, man, we got a special guest today, man. Hey, man, we got the RawDope, the MC, the big man, the Moray looking like Mr. Rob, baby. What's going on, man?
Yes, sir. I'm here. What's good?
How you feeling, man?
Feeling
Let's
strong,
start off
man.
with that. Yeah, and let's start off with this, my brother, because I've listened to your music, man. What gave you the idea for that sound? Like, what gave y'all the idea to do this? Like, RawDope, what does that mean?
RawDope. Well, I'm from Baltimore, and if you know anything about Baltimore, it's the heroin capital. I think of the United States, of the world, whatever you want to say. I'm not sure, but I mean, if you grow up here, that's what you know. If you ain't selling crack, you selling dope. And if you know about dope, that's that fast money. So it's a difference. So when you say raw dope, it's a play on words. So it's like the music is raw. Whatever it is what it is. But when a dope is raw, it's dangerous. So it's like that.
Oh my God. That right there just blew my mind. I had to take some of my juice off of that shit. That's creative shit. Joe, that's creative shit right there. I'm sorry, it's creative.
Hey.
But listen. So, listen, because I know you work hard on music. How long have you been doing music for, brother?
I've probably been doing music like 16 years.
Oh my God. And, what's some of the highlights of music for you?
As far as music, as far as sounds, or as far as like just me doing it in general.
As far as like the benefits of you doing it, the people you've met, the shout out, anything. Have you received massive love for doing music, honing your craft?
Yeah, most definitely. In my city, I don't get too much support. I mean, you get your support from the people who know you most. You get your support from your family, from people who actually know you and move around with you. But recently I started making music for people out of town, like Jersey. They got connections in South Carolina, Atlanta, stuff like that. And I mean, I try to be humble, but I know my sound and I know my ability. So I expect the response that I get. And it's always like, man, that's crazy. Who is that? So
And do you feel like, as an artist, the harder you work, the more followers you get? Do you feel like at any point in time you will lose the humbleness in you?
Nah, that's just who I am as a person. That's not. I don't think that's anything that I can lose. But I don't know. It's like I used to write everything down. I used to write all my music down, and I linked up with a group of dudes, and a dude was about to record me, and he was like, so look, he like, all right, just do what you're gonna do. He like, and I'm gonna fix everything up for you. I'm like, all right. So I had a song that I wrote, and I went to record it, and I went straight through the song. And he was like, whoa, 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 you can't do that, man. He like, you got to do the hook and stop, do the verse and stop. I'm like, the way I wrote the song, I need to say it all the way out because it gets more intense as I go on throughout the song.
Right.
And so recently I just started freestyling. I haven't written a song in probably about 2-3 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm wondering on that Jesus note is because does it help you the benefits of freestyling? Does it get what you have to say off your mind, or is it just something that you go, 1, 2, I'm good with that?
Um, to be honest, I think I really more so was the writing type. It got more of, you know what I mean? It translates my thoughts better as far as I'm concerned. But when it comes to other people hearing it, they think that my freestyles, like they think that they hanging there with my written. I don't think so because I know I can think fast and I can say some stuff. I can stay on topic, but at the same time, I say more when I take my time and put it on paper.
Right. And do
So
you feel like, hold on, let me just say, do you feel like, because I really want to ask you, do you feel like if you ever got a written song out there on your channel, that people will mess with it more than your freestyles?
uh say that again.
So your freestyles, they're really dope from what I'm hearing, but your writtens, do you feel like the ones that you write on paper would get more traction?
I feel like they would, just as far as relevancy, because I can sit for 3 minutes and say whatever I want.
Right.
But if I actually take the time to write it, I feel like I could actually take the time to put the to put the words together to probably be more relatable. Like I can tell more stories.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And
Of
that's another thing I want
stories,
to ask.
right? I noticed one song in particular, and I was listening to it a lot. It's "Cross Me." How did that come about?
Cross Me. That was actually a song that my label made Dope Man. That's my brother. We grew up together.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
that's actually it's times like we actually sit together and come up with a song and we choose who takes the lead. And then there's times where he'll just send me songs. But it's something about when that man sit down and make a song and send it to me. Like I do believe that we get artists together, but I do know that he is a powerful solo artist. So when he send me songs, sometimes it makes it a little bit harder for me to get on there.
Hmm.
But he sent me that, and I think he sent me about two other songs at the time, and I took him into my own studio, and I just tried to keep up with him. But I feel like it's a little bit harder when he do it like that because when he's not thinking to include me, he's a good solo artist. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel where you coming
I get,
from.
I get.
So, what would you think, you as an individual artist without your label mate? What direction you fully want to go in is in yourself?
Um, I feel like even with music, even though I feel like it's easy for me to do, I could probably do about 7, 8 songs a day easy. I feel like music deserves its respect, and I feel like I would like to broaden my,
Okay,
you know what I mean, my reach as far as like my content because I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot
right.
of sticky street situations and stuff like that, and in turn, my style is more aggressive. But I feel like it doesn't mean that I only have to rap aggressively on aggressive topics because I do have different
Right.
types of songs.
Mm. And let me ask, because I want to jump in. Um, do you feel like you want to break away from aggression fully, or do you just want to stop, build on your more poetic side? What side are you leaning more towards, if not aggression?
Um, it's not that I even had to move away from aggression. I just need to be lyrically more aware of the topics that I touch on when I'm making music.
Okay. Okay. So leading to that question, like in future topics, what topics do you want to spread your various topics on? Like, what are you trying to, what I'm saying, like outreach to the people with your style, with your new style that you're trying to introduce?
Um, can I use an example to help me answer the question?
Of
Yes, sir.
course.
Of
All right.
course.
So, as an example, just think of Kevin Gates.
Right.
Kevin Gates can
Ooh.
say whatever the hell he wants, and it will never take away from how people view him as a man or as, you know what I mean, his reputation in the streets because
Right.
he's good with translating. But like me, even though I do music, I still do have my ties as far as things that I deal with on street level, and I try to find that balance because at the end of the day, I got a family. You know what I mean?
Right.
And my biggest focus is to make sure my family is straight. If they're gonna be straightened out by music, then I'm gonna do music to the fullest. But I still can't forget to mention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. We
I
know.
still I still
We
can't
got
forget to incorporate. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't want it to take away from, you know what I mean, how people view me. Like, so is this guy like a nice family going guy? Yeah, my family is everything. I
Right.
protect them at all costs. But at the same time, it's hard not to lean back towards that aggression and the things that made me who I am.
right.
So it's like just a balance I'm looking for.
Okay.
And I want to ask a question, if I may. I would just want to say that, do you think that who, as an artist, who do you think equals you that's popular, a celebrity? What flow do you think, yeah, he's kind of my flow when you hear a person rapping that you know of?
A notable person. I would say it's more of that's starting out meek. That
Oh, okay.
that dreams and nightmare meek.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But I be
Okay. So this leads to this question right here. Who influenced you to, start your rapping? Like, who like you listen to and you're just like, oh yeah, this is really what I want to do, and I know I can be the best at it.
Perfect question. Perfect
I'm a
question.
I'm a 80s baby. So I have I had a wide window to view as far as hip hop goes. Like all the way from Buster, Outkast, all the way up through Wayne's Rain, all the way up to Jay-Z's mature sound, even the blueprint, all that. So I listened to a lot of music, Biggie, all that. But I feel like the person who I looked at that like made a big impression on me was Wayne. Like even though my sound doesn't sound like Wayne, what Wayne
Right.
did is what
Yeah.
is what drives me most because he can at his prime he did anything he wanted. Rock album, uh love songs, singing as somebody who only raps, you know what I mean? So
Depression. Yeah, I feel you.
yeah, he was the person that most like influenced how I felt about music.
So, is there anybody that is close to you that pushed you to go further? Did you ever feel like giving up on music?
Um Not really because music to me is just it's fun. It's like if I never made $1 off music, I could do it because I actually enjoy doing it. Like
Okay.
whether I gain 1 million fans or I gain 10 fans, I could sit in the studio and genuinely enjoy myself. You know what I mean? But I do have to give credit to my fiance because when I met her, I let her know. I said I like doing music. I spend time in the studio. Studio is not a day. It's not a daytime thing. Don't nobody sit in the studio, broad daylight, and you know what I mean. You got to get your vibes together. So, um,
I feel
yeah,
it.
like she was real supportive. Like she tells me, if that's what you want to do, go do it. You know what I mean? When we get this $1 million house, that's how she talked to me. But when you get this $10 million deal, that's you understand what I'm saying? So that really drives me because I can't say anybody mean I can't think of anybody who means more to me than my family. So to have that support from my family is all I need to keep going.
You know what? Personally, I'm gonna say this just so you know. I know this probably isn't gonna be mentioned by any other podcast, but we support you fully. I want you to
I
know that we
appreciate it.
support you fully. Like
Right, we
I've
really
Appreciate
heard
that.
your
do.
sound, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I want you to know that your family and the Black Bulls. If you got anybody else you want to mention to us, add on us, we will do it. We will interview them and shout them out just for you. This means a whole
Yes,
lot to
sir.
us, just like it did. So
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
thank you so much for that. And secondly, I'm going to ask this question: if you ever had to, stop rapping, is there any other genre you could jump to before we go into your music?
Um, I listen to a lot of Afro beats. That's what they call it. I think it's Ghanaian
I
music.
know.
It might
Yeah,
resemble like Rick dance hall or something like that. I've
yeah,
actually
yeah.
played around with the sound of it when I make music, and I'm impressed by it. I mean,
I am too.
I
I'm
got
from the
I
reggae
got good
part. I know.
responses from it, and like even in the studio, people will tell me like, "Man, they gonna think you Jamaican." I say that's not even a Jamaican sound, my
Uh,
man.
no, no. It's
Um,
got a pattern, but I know what you mean.
yeah. So I can't say that there will be like a permanent sound or something like that, but if I had to start rapping, I probably would play around with that.
I mess with it. And now let's go into your music because I want to ask you this. You and CGH, my boy Jace, on Thursday is getting an episode. So, yeah, shout out to that.
Yes, sir.
How did
Right.
y'all come together? How did y'all come together?
We actually used to work together. He a cool dude. Um, you know what I mean? Real humble. It ain't. You know what I mean? People think of hip hop and they think it gotta be gangster. I believe in all different types of people. It ain't gotta be nothing in particular as long as you yourself. And it just so happens that he's good at music. So um
Yeah.
I think shit, back in the day, he used to make little trailers. He used to dance in them, get silly, stuff like that. Um, and then eventually it got to the point where we start venturing the studios together. I think we've been in the studio at least 4 times together. Um, and then it just got to a point where he randomly just sent me some songs. So the song you heard, Wrong One, is actually coupled with another song, Stepped On. And he actually
Mm.
just sent me 2 songs while I was in the studio. And within, I believe, like hour and a half, 2 hours, he had both of them back. He went crazy. So it got to the point where we came shot a video for it. We actually gonna shoot the video for the second song as well.
Listen, man, I'm gonna ask this. You might laugh, but did y'all have to take a video of the trash on the floor?
Right.
I
I
mean,
seen that.
people got perceptions. You know what I mean? Sometimes you play into it. They got perceptions. Baltimore dirty, and you know what I
Yeah,
mean. Everybody cruddy, and you know what I mean. So if
for
we in that type of
sure.
environment, you gonna show it. You know what I mean? Even if you shining, you show where you coming from and where you stepping at. So no matter how it
Look,
may look,
man.
you see what it can produce.
Look, man. I watched this. I saw a bunch of dudes dancing, and I was like, okay, all right, this is what we finna do. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Two stepping, all that. We here for everything. And then the beat dropped, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ! Oh God! Like, this is incredible.
And that was really one of my questions is I noticed about the beat. Will you say that some of your beat influences was from maybe like the Chicago drill era, like with Lil Durk and
Oh,
Chief Keef, Lil Reese, people of these nature?
Um,
Would you say you took a little bit of that sound and y'all made it y'all own?
I like to think of myself as like not a chameleon because they camouflage into their environment. Like I like to think of myself like a Pokemon reference, ditto. So
oh,
I'm I'm able to take on the things around me, and if they impress me, and I feel like uh they were worthy of the respect that they got, then why wouldn't it be good for me to try it? Like it doesn't have to be Atlanta, it doesn't have to be Chicago, but since you're speaking on that, when that Chirac came out, man, I probably made about 10 songs on that beat.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I think I take a little bit from everybody. Like I feel like if somebody was just to hear my music, if you can get them a good variety of like 5 different songs, I guarantee I don't think anybody could guess that I was from Baltimore.
Right. And that's mostly what I noticed, especially the visuals. Like, y'all basically show visuals of basically like what an average black man have to go through when he's growing up in poverty. And I also noticed that, and my question was in this direction of y'all visuals, or y'all trying to like just outreach to everyone and let them know that, hey, we know what it feels like to be you.
I mean, that's a definite because I definitely do. But I think more so just uniqueness. Like, you know what I mean? With so many people trying to make music in such a small city, locations are scarce. So you got to get exclusive spots or spots that other people ain't allowed to come to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think for that we was just looking for something different.
they was in there like, can we go to the garage? Can we go to the parking lot? Oh my
Right,
God!
because
I got.
y'all are very like, how do I say? Because I noticed you said you have a very like street big street reputation, and you know what I'm saying. I also noticed like, you know what I'm saying. You have highly referenced that. So basically, the question I'm going to ask you is, what struggles have you went through? You know what I'm saying, to like really like boost your sound and the way you rap.
Um I had to say when I was like, whew, man, since I was 16 I started getting incarcerated. So before that is
Oh
probably
Lord.
when I first started rapping. I started playing around it. That's with the Laffy Taffies and stuff like that, out beats like that. Uh, and then I don't know. I guess going through the struggle, like if I had to add up the time that I've been incarcerated in my life, I think it's about 10 years. And I'm now 30, so that's a quarter of my life spent in prison or in jail. Uh, but the longest stretch was the last one, which was 5 years ago. I just came home from a 6 year bit, and I guess it really matured my mind, and it made me like focus on things a little bit differently. So I feel like when I do make music, I speak in uh I like to speak in a way that lets you know like references from songs like I ain't a killer but don't push me. Or you know what I mean? I ain't I can't remember that line. Somebody said it, man. Like I ain't never killed
Try.
nobody, but I you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like
I feel
I
where you
done
coming from.
I done been through a lot of shit. Even though I'm stepping out of it, I just use my music as a reminder that I do understand these things or I have been through these things. Like, and it's real. And it's crazy because for me it's so I wouldn't say normal, but I've seen so much of it that it doesn't seem like it doesn't impress me. So I don't think to speak on it a lot. People gotta tell me like you got a story. You've been through a lot. But for me it's just
Right.
like it's the past. I don't think about it a lot.
So when you make a really good song, is there anything stopping you? I don't know, like putting it out, because sometimes you can make a song and you end up not putting it out to the public. So, is there anything stopping you?
I think the only thing that stops me from putting music out is the fact that I won't stop recording.
Hmm.
Like certain songs, they dated. You make a song about Corona and then the pandemic over. Can you drop it? You know what I mean? You make a song about the Black Lives Matter movement and then it's over. Can you drop it? You know what I mean? So the fact that I don't know, I work so much that I gotta remember to drop music. I guess that's why I just dropped this I actually just dropped the album. It's a 15 song album. I dropped it the first of this month. And I did that
Okay.
more because I had too much music and I wasn't releasing it. I had a membership with a distribution site, and I realized I only dropped 4 songs last year.
Mm.
So like nothing really stops me from dropping music except like the fact that I don't stop recording music. Like I got so much music. Um my conflict was like, am I gonna drop 25 songs, 30 songs? People like, you crazy. I'm like, all right,
Mm.
well, I make it 15 and then do a 20 deluxe.
Right.
You know what? I'll tell you the truth. When this podcast is over, send me the album. Because I want you
Right.
to understand,
And
like, that's you, man. All you. Father, my
right.
Gotcha.
brother.
And the question is, my question is, you said you just dropped the album. Like, what's the name of the album? Is it certain song that you would like people to really pay close attention to? You know,
Okay.
when they start listening.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Um the name of the album is Mob Life. Uh Mobblyfe.
Well
Um
played.
uh a unique song on there as far as that Afro beat sound is it's called My Love Carefree. And um I think I made this song more for my fiance, and it's a song like to like basically tell you to loosen up and that you don't have any cares for real. But it has that Afro beat sound. That's a very unique song. I like it. Um what other songs can I say on there? I got a song on there called Steppers. Step in. You spoke about the drill sound,
Right.
and that's done on a drill beat. It's actually one of my favorite songs, but it's more of a pop smoke drill.
Okay. New
That type
York,
of beat.
the New York feeling. Okay.
Yes sir, yes sir. I don't know, so many songs on there. I actually, it probably still wouldn't be out today if I didn't have so many people pushing me to drop it, because I
Mm.
had so many songs to choose from. It's like, how do you, you know what I mean? How do you do that? How do you leave songs out? Like, if it was up to me, that song probably would have had 50 songs on it. I mean, that album would have probably had like 50 songs on it. And it probably wouldn't have came out till next year.
And see, here's the thing.
Where can we check for these? Spotify, Apple
At the
Music.
moment, it's on Spotify, but the site I use, it does like a, every site has their own process. So like
Right.
it may take 2 more days for it to hit here, it might take 3 more hours for it to hit here. So at the moment it's on Spotify. But I gotta tell you a funny story before you check for it.
Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
I was just getting ready to change my artist name because it was Raw Dope Black Rob. You know how people got variations of their name.
Right.
And everybody say that there was already a Black Rob. There was already a Black Rob. I'm like, but who remembers Black Rob? I'm not like using a Black Rob sound.
Right.
My name just happens to be Robert. I mean, for anybody who needed to know that. So Black Rob, people used to call me Black. People call me Rob, Black Rob. Raw Dope is the label. But I was getting ready to change my name to Raw because I felt like I just wanted to simplify it. And
Right.
I went in and changed it. And I was like, nah, I can't do it because it disconnects my music. Like I'm dropping all my music through the same people. And if I change my name, then it separates how you can see my music together. So I went to change my name back, and there was a typo, and that typo transferred over to my album release. So it'll probably be a couple days before they correct it, but it's not correct spelling at the moment.
Okay.
That's kind of
Telling
a
me that
say it again.
that's interesting because I wanted to ask, since you had the album, how hard is it for you to have a full mindset? Yeah, I'm gonna drop this song because you said how hard it is to song off. But what do you consider good?
Let me actually repeat that again because it was like in and out.
Wow, let me ask. So what do you consider good as far as like a track? Like when you go through a track, you go, oh, that's the song I want to put on the album. What happens for you to consider that? Like as a
Um,
whole.
with every song that I actually do, I get a lot of feedback on it. I'll play it within the circle first. I'll listen to it myself and criticize it. And I guess whatever is left without me feeling any type of way uncomfortable, I'm satisfied with. You know what I mean? As far as like how it sits with me. So I think I put a few short songs on there. I feel like short and sweet. And I put a few of my favorite songs on there. I actually have a wide variety of like sounds, and I wasn't able to incorporate all of them. So at the end of the day, it's like it's not even easy, and it's not even a process. Like it's just man.
Okay.
Right.
So I have to ask this question then. I noticed earlier you was saying that you played a little bit with reggae beats, Afro sounds. Have you played with some R&B, rock, a little country maybe? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually made one full on R&B song, and it is exclusively for my fiance. I will not be releasing that song. Uh,
Oh,
would I do it again in the past? I probably would. I mean, in the future, yeah, I probably would.
Don't dig it.
hey, don't be scared. Don't be scared to be a little vulnerable. Women a little vulnerable now. Women a little women
Be
a
like
little
Hootie and the
vulnerable now.
Blowfish. Hootie and the
Women a little,
Blowfish.
hey, ladies,
Hey, now listen.
if
So
you can sing, let's sing, baby.
you gotta think. Like, let's go back to me saying Wayne influenced me. Not, you know what I mean? Not that this is particularly influenced me, but just as an example. Like, he said that he had some music that he only had for himself. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
I got some songs I made that I like them, but I know that they're not put together properly to be released. I just know that, you know what I mean? It was something that gave me a good vibe that I like, but I know that I didn't have the level up enough, or stuff like that. Um, and I actually had another song that people said, I'm not a homophobe or anything like that, but Lil Nas X, I had a song that I released, and people like, man, this sound like a Old Town Road or some old school Nelly or something like that. So like, I play around with different sounds, and I feel like once I finish upgrading my home studio, I'll actually take the time to like, you know what I mean, do more stuff that's different like that. But as far as when I'm going out spending money to have sessions and stuff like that, I don't really want to play around as much. I want to utilize my time.
And let me ask this to you real quick. So being raw dope is since I've seen it, is there more people collectively that you want to put on? Because I noticed on your YouTube channel it wasn't all you. At the bottom it was another person and a nice picture actually. But I wanted to get into that.
Um, I actually do want to collect. I want to collect new artists. I actually, it's kind of hard because you can have people who are good musically, but then like personality wise or like just the stuff they into just ain't cool. Or you can have people that's cool and you wish they did music and they just ain't worth a damn when it comes to actually making music. And I don't know. I actually do want to sign artists. I actually wanted to. Me and my brother, we wanted to actually like get a label deal so that we could actually sign artists. Like
Okay.
not us get signed to a label, but the label. You know what I mean? A major label give us a loan, like as
Permission.
a.
Yeah.
You
As a
know what
way
I
to
mean?
get artists to get the money, and then they like, all right, I'm here. I'm part of these guys. Right. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's like my plan for the future. I felt like I needed to make a good foundation before I bring anybody on or like sink or swim.
Right. And then
So,
and then another thing.
uh,
Oh, go ahead, Trey.
um, I noticed you know it's artists, but I wanted to ask you as far like maybe like a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, and say like you just go all the way up. What artists in the industry, right, like right now, who you would love to work with?
Man, oh man, for sure. Like in my opinion, the most rare collab I would probably want to do that would mean the most to me is probably like a Drake. And I only say
Wow,
that because
that's
Drake
interesting.
makes careers. You know what I mean?
Right,
A feature from Drake will put you on. You know what I mean? Even if I'm already established, it was still like I just watched the Lil Baby interview and he said that he been sitting on a Drake song for a while because it makes him overthink. You know what I mean? So like a Drake feature be real good for me. Um man. Phew, this gonna be public, so I'm trying to think of what I'm saying here. But look, all right, like Wayne has he has been like man. When I say he said he was the best rapper and made it so like fruition, but like with his circumstance that he went through and stuff like that, like I feel like it kind of broke him. You know what I mean? It kind of changed him, and I just don't know if a Wayne feature would still be the same. You know what I mean?
right,
But I don't know. Maybe it still be cool. I'm not sure. And most definitely, if I had to name one more person, it'll probably be like a Magna Carta Jay-Z type feature.
Oh God, man, trying to blow it out the water out there. Okay. He said nothing like, I'm gonna kill Jay-Z, I'm gonna party the song, and we gonna get it up there. Yeah! Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
goodness.
Hey, if I could add a person, right?
right.
I
You
see
can add as many people as you like,
little baby.
females, anybody.
Oh, if we're gonna do it like that, I don't know. I mean, you know,
Anybody.
little baby got his reputation for murdering people's sons, right?
Right.
And I have fun being competitive on beats, so I would love to go head to head with little baby on a beat for like best verse.
Damn. Yeah, little baby.
Yeah.
He trying to be big adult. Big adult, little baby. I feel it. I know it. I know it. Little baby, big adult. Nobody wears a diaper, but everybody wears a wrap chain.
Man.
I'm
And
telling you, man.
if it had to be a female artist, damn man, that's kind of hard right there.
He more stuck than it is with the dude. He's really thinking about it.
Yeah, I'd take like a pink print feature from Nicki.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, you better than the last guy.
Well,
You actually
why?
got
Why
a.
don't you show no love? Look at the leg. I didn't show no love to Cardi. Why you not showing no love to Cardi? What's
Oh
up
no, I
with these?
fucks with Cardi. I fucks with Cardi. That ain't about nothing. I ain't
Okay.
say you ain't asked me to choose between the two. I ain't even mentioned Cardi. You know what I mean? Yeah,
At
definitely
least
ain't
he
nothing like
caught you
that.
on that. See, because the last guy didn't show no love to females at all. He just, I want all niggas.
Right.
No, cause like
Right.
man, Cardi B had a chokehold till Meg stepped out. You feel what I'm saying? I give it that respect. I actually I I can I took notice to the fact that Nicki faded when Cardi came out, but it doesn't mean that I never liked Nicki. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if I can take it back, I'll take it back. Say some shit like J. Cole's or something like that. You know what
Hey,
I mean?
hey,
That's a battle of intellect because J. Cole is very intellectual. That's a battle of
Oh,
intellect when you rapping with him.
hey, for me to even mention J. Cole or to recognize it, you got to know that I recognize his intellect. Man, that's what I appreciate about him. I think I heard a song from him recently, man. It was called I think it was Everybody Dies or Everybody Something. And I love
yeah,
me some
I
J.
think I
Cole.
know. But the thing about this is, and I want to ask, do you know any underground artists you work with? 'Cause everybody knows the popular. Do you, do you know anybody that's like not known you want to work with?
That I will let me get you to say that again.
Like, with anybody that's not known, would you want to work with them? Like underground artists?
Yeah, man.
Up and
I
coming like
mean,
you.
Yeah,
I can't really name too many underground artists because underground for me was like 3 6 back in the day. You know what I mean? Like Clown Posse and all that shit back in the day, like Lil White, all that shit. But like as far as
yeah,
now, if you would ask me about underground, I'm actually willing and like on a mission to make at least one feature with any artist in my city that I feel like actually has talent. You know what I mean? Like I make a whole mixtape with me and artists from my city as long as I feel like they got talent. Like I don't mind working with people that don't got a name. That's how you grow.
Right.
and that's what we trying to tell these boys over here that don't want to do the podcast. They said,
So
want some goddamn, you're not big enough. You're not in the office. I don't want to do the podcast. What? That don't make no sense. Sorry,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
sorry. I had to control
But
myself.
no, like I ain't man. It wasn't even a question about the podcast. Like I already knew I would have did it. I just actually went to a show just to support a Baltimore artist. And I mean, it was all love. It was fun, but I was a little anxious because I wish I was on stage. I was like, man, I should have been on stage. I should have got on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any artist that understands and respect the game, you gotta know you gotta do shows, you gotta do interviews. You know what I mean? So man, I'm always willing.
He stood up here, and this was his exact reaction. Instead of actually being happy that they was on the stage, giving them golf claps. He's like, he's just like, all right, nigga, yeah, I'm better than you, though. You know
No. And look, the funny thing
it.
is, for anybody at that show who didn't know me, they probably thought I was a photographer because I shot some good footage for the artist. And I sent it out to him, charge free. He had his own cameraman. I was up there with him, recording my own footage.
Baltimore need to be like, hey, we're gonna get this raw dope guy. Raw dope? You trying to sell me some cocaine?
No, man, you got to check a few more signs out. I say it's raw dope. We don't fuck with the coke.
That's what they finna do. They finna be like,
Craig is
yo.
whack now. Craig is whack. Seriously.
Crack is
Hey
whack and
man,
dope is hope.
dope is hope. Make your girl and you wanna elope. Shit.
Sound like I need to put you on a feature.
Shoot. If you're willing to, your boy will come out. Just because I'm doing a podcast, don't mean I don't got no voice, man. Man, I'm willing. For sure.
Man,
For
it's whatever,
sure.
man. Got
For
bars for
sure.
days. We can get it.
I'll become a rapper, you know. I'll put on the chain. I'll walk around with the white shirt. Like, shit. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do
I'm
it.
talking about.
I'll be right there. Just
So my question is, okay, you just dropped the album, and
Sir.
as far as the future, like, is we gonna get some sneak peeks? Can some people get some sneak peeks on the podcast? Any like future projects you want to shout out for us to look for?
Man,
yeah.
absolutely. I could send you a few unreleased songs, you know. copyrights and everything all together. So I can send y'all a few unreleased songs and I'll let y'all premiere them. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do that. That's better than the other guy. Thank you. I like you. You great. You great. you great.
Man, listen, I do
Great
this
dude.
shit for the love of music. And like I told you before, like if I could sit in a studio for a week, I could probably make about, I'm talking about without treble. I don't get writer's block. It's like it's literally that easy. Like I enjoy doing it. It's like how people say, I want to go ride a dirt bike today, or I want to go get on a boat and drive the boat today. I want to go fly the plane today. Like I want to go in the studio and make some music. I love doing that shit. So like that shit is like infinite.
For sure.
Yeah, I think
Because before,
Cash is y'all part of the game. Like
oh, for sure.
in a big
We
way.
tried to break that down. People like,
Yeah.
no,
That's a lack of respect if you got to explain that, man. That's a lack of respect.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
We not trying to start no controversy.
Nah, you
we
good,
trying to
man.
start.
Y'all part of the game. That's love. You know what I mean?
Thank you for that.
Where would an artist
Keeping
be
it
without
in.
an interview? Yes, sir.
Keeping it in.
And for the love of the culture, this part of the segment, we use it at the artists where they like to drop a freestyle, for the people, so they can really introduce their style to the people. Which
Hey, man, go ahead. Drop
was the
something. Drop a freestyle.
Can it be a verse? I can just drop a verse.
Go ahead. Drop
anything
what
you
you want.
want.
All right. Let me think about it. Let me get you a good one. I freestyle so much, I don't know if I got nothing locked in the mind.
Oh, damn.
All right. I got one of the singles on the album. It's called Gunplay. So I say DEs and choppers, AKs and SKs, rockets on deck, my nigga. We call this shit gunplay. Red beam, rubber grip, smoke screen, extended clip, potato on that bitch with some motherfucking hollow tips. DEs and choppers, AKs and SKs, rockets on deck, my nigga. We call this shit gunplay. Red beam, rubber grip, smoke screen, extended clip, potato on that bitch with some motherfucking hollow tips. Gunplay all day. I keep that ratchet on me, not to start a war, but just in case you try to harm me. See, I ain't got no army. It just be me and Tommy. Make yourself known, boy. You don't want to alarm me. See, I be on my shit. Just me and my bitch. Finger in a metal clip. She a lemon, so she spit. She the shit. Come hard, let her scream. You might have heard her. I call her Nina. You niggas can call her murder. Chrome thing, rubber grip, lays on some point and shit. She got her heels on, rocking her extended clips. My bitch heartless, so she never miss a nigga. I'm about that foreplay. Keep my finger on that trigger. DEs and choppers.
You know what's so funny? I actually went on your channel and I heard that like on YouTube by the people that literally want to hear that. Go check out him. He literally I seen it on YouTube and it's a nice joint. It's a real nice joint.
That was so good. His cough, I almost just did that same cough right there, just over that verse. Oh my! There you go.
Gunsmoke.
Jesus Christ, that was good. Clap it up for him, Trail. Clap it up for him, Trail. He deserves
Yes,
it. He deserves it.
Right, for sure. Because most definitely, I pay attention to everything, and most definitely. And also, you have another song on there. Also, with a feature, you got a feature. It had a date on it, and it didn't really have a name of the song, but it did have a date. And I know you featured on it, and you had the best verse on the track.
Hey, look, I'm gonna act like ain't nobody gonna hear this, right? I pride myself on making people rewrite their verse, man.
Ooh.
I like to make a nigga rewrite his verse.
You'd be like, yo, if you have a verse, I'm going to destroy your verse, then you're gonna rewrite your verse, and I'm gonna destroy it again.
I've actually had people like, you know what I mean, like sit in the studio with me. Like it's one thing to hear somebody, it's another thing to sit with them. You know what I mean? Because you can sit in the studio with somebody and you can't put that shit together in your mind until it's played out loud. And I've had dudes, you know, come in with the cockiness and oh yeah. And I like to sit back and just let them go. You know what I mean? Let them go, let them go. And then they hear me, I'm sitting there with the 4-bar punch. You know, it sound corny as a
Yeah.
4-bar. You ain't hearing nothing but 4 bars at a time. Then that bitch play and the nigga be like, oh shit. Hey, look, I'm about to let me change my shit. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's up.
Hey, Trey, you got any more
That's it.
questions? No.
I just highly appreciate, but my only question is, my last question for you is, as far as, you said, I heard you talk about some of your students' experience. You basically make other artists, basically rewrite they verse. How many artists have you basically did this way? And would you say you was low key like a battle rapper?
Nah, I believe that iron sharpens iron. So if you could do something that's gonna make me step my game up, and I can do something that's gonna make you step your game up, we're gonna be better in the end. So, um, and if I had to put a number on it, just being modest, I'd probably say about probably like 5 or 6 people.
Oh Lord.
Damn. He got a whole body count like he Tay-Rock or something. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, do you think you got the flow to be a battle rapper out here? Let me just ask.
Right. Do you think so? I think he do. Because
Uh,
I done heard his verses. His verses are mean, like real mean. Oh
I feel
God.
like I feel
And
like
Trail not joking too. That's a fact. It is.
That's a fact.
I feel like
I
my
didn't
clap.
know.
I feel like my clapbacks is they pinpoint accurate. So I feel like I could, but that's not like my goal or my what I mean, my lane that I'm trying to travel through.
Right, right. You don't want to disrespect no.
Yeah. Because I'm from a city where you can't look wrong. So you speak wrong, it's a whole different story. So I mean, if it's for the love of music, you can line them up. We can go verse for verse. It ain't got to be direct. But we could just do who verse was the best. I love that type shit.
Maybe outside battling guys for 6 hours. Like, yeah, 6 hours of my day I'm about to put into rapping and I'm gonna bust y'all heads off. Yeah. Just all day. Oh my, I believe it too. Because
Yes,
let me
sir.
ask you, do you have anybody that's actually beat you in the studio? Like you beat these guys, but have somebody gone up and wrong and I got changed my last
My brother Dope Man.
name.
Yes, sir.
You personally.
Ain't been sleep. Uh, all that time I spent in prison, he was dropping albums. He got shit, man. He got singles that was out while I was behind the wall. Then he got 2 mixtapes inside my home. Like, yeah, he get it done.
Hey, you know what? Out of love, do you think we can interview him too? Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
most definitely, most
I
definitely.
don't mind. So let him know how this
and
go.
usually one thing I want to ask you this as well. With you and Dope Man, why was Dope Man always the first to start off the track and you always finished it?
Because
That's a good question.
when I do songs, you know, this is the same way as when I say when he sent me a song. If I get on a song and I've already had this song like envisioned and I touch it before he sees it or he's not there to experience it, he not there with the energy. So it might be like, damn, boy, now you need to finish that. You know what I mean? And if he there, if we're in the studio, see, he write, but he like a 5 minute writer. So I'm sitting
Right.
there, I might say, all right, I got the hook. Let me get the hook. By the time I finish with the hook, he got the verse. So
All right.
it's just how it go.
So basically, he starts it, but it takes long as hell to write it out, and this man just ends it. He's like, I'm right there with it. I got you. Just like you take it too long. I gotta finish it, man. God damn
But by
it.
the time the beat start, he already writing. And what's funny is we do got our own studio. So I mean, we actually got 3 studios. So if we sitting in my studio and I play that beat, instantly he writing. He engineer me while he's writing. So by the time I finish By the time I finished my hook, he done already recorded me and finished his verse.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, like I said, sometimes I believe that I love working with him. That's my brother. Like family ties, everything. That's my brother. But at the end of the day, like he is a phenomenal artist on his own. You know what I mean? He could stand alone if we didn't have this together. So
Right.
you know what I mean? I just got to give him that respect. Like so, that's probably the only artist that I've had get on a track and had me want to rewrite my verse.
Wow. Just wow. Like because it's not the family ties that get me. It's the fact that you're so versatile that it only takes one person. Only one person can beat you. And that makes me because that shows me that artists throughout this generation are their part to keep the culture going. Yeah.
Wow.
If I could add something, I believe that if the rap game wasn't so biased, like if it wasn't so tight knit like a clique, if the industry wasn't so tight like a clique, and these people would like actually step out and you know what I mean, deal
Right.
with unsigned artists. I don't believe that there's any artist that would intimidate me to the point where I wouldn't be able to perform. You know what I mean? I believe if it was like that, it'd probably be a lot more crazy. I'd probably be, man, 100 times bigger than where I am right now. But it's just unfortunate that you know what I mean. You gotta break your way into that circle.
And this could be the interview. Let's say like I've been telling them, our channel blows up. This is basically an interview that's gonna be on the channel, so it'll blow you up because watching you talk. Like people will be watching your growth and damn, I want to check this dude out. And there you go, followers. Plus, we promoting your music. Not try to break the surface through unity and trying to build
Absolutely.
that unity. People like us. So I understand completely what you said. So I appreciate it. But the question is like, do you have is the group able to? I want to see what's in your mind, but I also want to see everybody else's mind. I wonder what would happen. Y'all were in a chat together. Would you feel a certain type of way? Often different. Maybe it feels. Maybe it's hard to say this. I noticed as a unit, individuals seem to get different energies, causing them to change their answers, and it makes a lot of what they have to say just that much powerful. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So it's like I feel like, do you think that with all of the things you've gotten, what are some of the rewards from music you've gotten over?
Um, sheesh. I don't
You
know. I
take your
just
time.
I feel like with every song I do, with every risk I take when it comes to like how I approach music, like I get that much better. I learn something else. You know what I mean? It's like with any craft that you try to master, like you only get better, and that's for everything. If people would just understand it. So
Ooh, okay.
um, I don't know. I think that with everything that I do, it just makes me that much better of an artist. And I
Right.
think that's the bigger portion of why I want to broaden the genres and the styles that I touch and that I approach.
Yeah. And to this point, it's like, have you ever gotten anything tangible, anything you feel
Um,
like sponsorships?
no, just support, just fans, people that appreciate it. And I don't really like to say I got fans. Like I have genuine supporters. So anybody that I have, any number or any view or any like that I get
Yeah.
on my page or on my music, my views and stuff like that, I can say that I actually know
Yeah.
that person. You know what I mean? That I've actually
Yeah.
encountered that person. And I
Yeah.
believe that's why I got to get more exposure through things like this. Like whether it be somebody else that's just hearing me
Yeah.
or hearing the interview or
Yeah.
understanding where I'm coming from, like stuff like that. I just
Yeah.
I just think that genuine relationships come from it.
Yeah. See, because like I noticed a lot of times orders, so I'm like, this man got me. award rap. But this would be a big award, hit like subscribers. This would be a reward because you'd be able to see progress. People really messing with you. That be, you know what? I look forward to giving you that reward because I've heard your definitely need to get this more than I think a lot of people that I've talked to. You know what? With that, do you have anything to say to your people?
It sounds like I'm receiving an award, but I just like to show appreciation. Like I appreciate anybody who has played one of my songs and liked it or took the time to understand it. For the people who follow me through trying to be diverse with my flows and my styles, and you know what I mean, like understanding that it's layers and levels to who I am as an artist and as a person. Um, I don't know if anybody who supports me as far as my team, like people I work with, people that record me, my family, like, man, you guys, like, I just like to let people know I appreciate it. You know what I mean? It's I say I like to be humble, and it humbles me even more to like have genuine connections with people. Like I appreciate that.
Because your music is definitely me. I'm sure that the music positively affected my boy and my blazing trails over. So like some people music was god awful, horrible.
Lord knows.
just complete my stomach hurt, and I think after listening to their music I have literally felt like I needed to take a dump twice.
1 million and one. 1 million and one.
I appreciate it, though.
This is why we had to do this, and I'm happy to pick it.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you reached out to me, man.
Yeah, man, we was gonna reach out to anybody because a lot of people, a lot of people after you share this out, they're gonna be like, they do. Please keep hitting us up, hit the box everywhere. We do this. Build us up, we'll build you. Do this. So I'm asking Raw again. Raw, share us out.
Sure, and we do it for free. Okay, because we love the culture. We want to know y'all experience. We want the world to know y'all experience. We want the world to know you. This is for you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you, Trail. Trail, tell them another way, Trail. Sometimes they be stupid on the post. Come on, let's go, Trail.
Okay. Let me break this down to the ones that are interested in interviews or feel a little bit more higher than us because of our low following. We doing this for you. We most definitely doing this for the love of the culture. You know what I'm saying? We are a channel that loves to build people like a Jamal or the person that we have on today. It has more influences on music and to boost the platforms and y'all platforms along by just helping us boost ourselves to boost you. Make sense? I hope it do.
Absolutely.
Mess with the BlackBullsPodcast because we love you all. Hope to see you in the future.
Shoot, mess around and it don't make. Like, but thank you, Trey, because Jesus need. After what we went through this week alone, we needed that. So listen, Raw.
Most definitely for BlackRob. Thank you, BlackRob, for showing us as much love as possible because we done had us a rough week.
Oh man, ain't no problem, man. I look forward to being on here again.
Oh, for sure.
Because most definitely we'll love another interview, especially when that next album come out, because we most definitely know it's gonna be a banger. We know
yes, sir.
And we finna share it. We finna share it out for sure. Yeah. If you don't share it out, we will.
Listen, is also gonna watch this video. Just remember that Mr. Rob is also gonna bless y'all with a few little sneak peeks and snippets and all of that, unlike the last person. So let's all show some appreciation for that. And now let's get a round of applause for Mr. Black Rob.
Clap it up, Trail. Clap it up, Trail. There you go, Trail. I got it. I'll do it. My hands feel like this, but I clap in it. Y'all ain't gonna my house.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah, so I'll definitely be reaching out, sharing different things with you guys. You know what I mean? Future projects. I'm gonna definitely get my brother on here for you. Maybe we can do one together, but I want him to get I want him to get an individual interview for y'all on here.
oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. We'll
For sure.
definitely be out.
For sure. Most definitely can't wait for the both of y'all collab, of course.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be the culture. Like, what? Huh? Two of them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Like, really doing it. Yeah.
But in closing, I know I'm not supposed to be the one to close it out, but in closing, I got both of my cars sitting in my alley, and I need to find some parking before it get too late.
Okay, we got you.
You know what?
So, Turbo, let's go ahead and close it out. Thank y'all for coming
I
to
will
this
close it out.
episode of the Black Boys Podcast with our lovely host Zamasu and that boy
Mr.
MBT.
Raw.
No blazing trails. We out, baby. We out,
We out
baby.
there. Yeah, let's go.